For the fixed income market, we sort of saw a flat trading session. For the treasury bills, we saw some kind of activities. At the start of the week, people were selling and concentrating at the short end of the curve. And then this was to exit and take profits in some of the maturities. And we also saw a lot of participation in the OMO because the CBN kept offering OMO. We saw OMO issuance Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even yesterday. But today there wasn't any OMO issuance. So we've noticed a lot of participation in the OMO. People, investors have been participating, and sometimes we've seen some elements of oversubscription in the offers that CBN, in the offers by the CBN. And then we've also noticed that there's been a lot of tight liquidity in the system due to the OMO issuance. And at some point, money market rates inched up to 21, 22 levels. That's OBB and overnight rates. So overall, it's been a week of tight liquidity. And also, market participants have been playing in the OMO because the rates have been very, very attractive.
Do you see this continuing in the new week? Because that's the week before we have the general elections that we've seen, certain reactions on the part of investors, particularly at the equities markets where there's been a lot of cautious trading. But what do you foresee or forecast for the week ahead of the elections?
In the new week, we'll continue seeing market players playing in the market. That's they'll be buying. But the thing is that OMO the CBN will be offering OMO, there will be OMO issuance, and that will be continue mopping liquidity in the system. And that will make liquidity to be quite tight. However, generally, market participants will keep on participating because the rates are still attractive, especially at the long end where we've seen a lot of participation. And that will continue into the new week.
Okay, what about the I and E, the FX markets, particularly the I and E window? Talk to us about, for this week, how the forces of demand and supply played out, and also your forecast for the coming week in terms of if we could see a decrease in demand.
The CBN has done very, very well. We've seen rates relatively stable at 31362 levels. And CBN has continued to intervene, and with the special intervention that was introduced in November, ending of November, okay, we've seen CBN meeting demands. There hasn't been so much pressure on the naira. There were actually speculations that there could be pressure on the naira due to election spendings, but with CBN intervening and then supplying FX, and also at the same time mopping funds through OMO, there hasn't been so much pressure on the naira, and we see that extending into the new week. So overall, the naira will remain relatively stable, like this week.